when we were little kids, we've always seen these characters in movies and shows like Batman, Superman, all these superheroes, and you can't help but think I want to be the main character. I want to be the person. I want to beat up the bad guys. I want to be the person who wins in the end. I want to be that type of person who takes control of his life. I want to be the main character. A lot of my life, I felt like I was observing everything. I felt like I was like a side character. I was like AFK in my body. I couldn't take control of my own life. A lot of people nowadays, they are AFK in their own bodies. They are side characters. And I don't mean that in a mean way. A lot of the times, like they're so deep in the thought in their head, they're not present in the moment. How could they be the main person? How could they be the main character? How could they own up to themselves and actually live life on their terms when they're AFK in their body, when they're so caught up in their head? You see, I would always cling to these main character type of people, like in different animes or different shows, and I always think they were so cool. Like I wanted to be like them. Their relentless work ethic, their presence, their attitude, it was amazing. So in this video, I'm gonna give you 6 ways that you can become the main character. Number 1 is having a mission. Every main character needs a purpose. They need a mission. They need some type of journey to go on where they get into hardships, where they struggle a lot, where they become the victor in the end. So what you need to do is find your purpose, find your mission. Some ways to do that is spending more time with yourself alone in like a dark room maybe, or maybe go for a walk by yourself, or spend more time with yourself. Because eventually you'll start finding a calling to life. Maybe get a journal, jot down some things, jot down some deep questions that you've never asked yourself. Like, what do you want in life? What do you want in 10 years? What do you want in 5 years, etc.? Like, what do you actually want in life? If you actually want to take control of your life, you need to tell it what you want. This is why I make this step 1 is finding what your journey is going to look like. You start envisioning in your head what you want to do, what places you want to see, what things you want to accomplish. You have to own up to being the main character. You have to own up to being the person who goes out and gets what he wants. Number 2 is being kind to everyone. I'm gonna read a quote from the Bible real quick. Luke 27-28. But I say to you who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who spitefully use you. The reason I brought in this quote is because I don't want you to be that cocky fucking bastard who always loses in the end in those shows and those movies, whatever. I want you to be the main character. I want you to be kind to everyone. See, I don't know if you heard of this, but the more kind you are, the stronger that you will be. All strong people are kind. So what I want you to do is, I want you to be nice to people, not only to other people, but to yourself. I always seem to mention this in my videos. Always be kind and nice. Because we're not going to be an asshole. We're not going to be a dickhead. We're not going to think we're better than other people. You have to really be kind to other people, understand, be more compassionate. Doing this will not only make you more likable, but it will feel better in the end. You will actually feel like a hero. You'll feel like the main character if you're nice to everyone. And you actually want to give and be more positive. Number 3 is outworking everyone. You see, let's not worry about talent, but let's worry about brutal work ethic. Let's try to beat everyone, outwork everyone, not with talent, not with the smarts, just by brutal work ethic. You see, life nowadays is all competition, and I'm sure you've heard this so many times, but it really is. There's people who want your girl. There's people that want the things that you want. They're competing in the same race as you. Regardless, if you don't want to compete, then you're going to lose. You are going to lose if you don't do anything about it. So what are you going to do? In the movies and the shows, the main character is always the underdog. He's always the person who's always doubted, who's always the person who's always looked down upon. But through extreme work ethic and extreme brutal competition, he can beat those who look down upon him. He can beat those who doubt him. Another thing about this is You don't see the main characters talking out here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. They show what they're gonna do with the actions that they take. They see they're out running really early in the morning. You really have to be the person who rises above all. And being the main character, if you really want to be that type of person, then you have to own up to the competition. You have to accept it and beat everyone. You have to destroy your competition, rise above them. Be the person in the shadows who's working and come out of nowhere and just dominate the scene. It takes time to actually create some good, brutal work ethic, but once you have your mission, you'll know what to work on. And then from there, it's consistency, momentum, maybe some struggles here and there. And if you keep working at it, if you want to beat people, if you want to compete, you will win in the end. Number 4 is being humble. A lot of the main characters, I truly believe, are humble. They're not cocky. A lot of them are probably cocky in the beginning, and then they get their ass whooped, and then they're humble. But what I'm trying to say is you have to be humble. You have to be a student. You have to be the person who doesn't know anything. You need to recognize your weaknesses. You need to recognize what you are doing wrong. Because in order to be the main character, you have to hold yourself accountable. What are you doing wrong? How can you fix it? Not only that, but being humble allows you to have a growth mindset. It allows you to excel past the people who think they know everything and they think they can just do everything because they know it all in their head, right? You have to be the person who owns up to not knowing and then going and learning. Learn from people who maybe think they're the shit, right? Just learn from anything. Learn from everyone. You don't know anything. You don't know anything, right? I don't know anything at all. I am a student for life, and so are you. Also, knowing that you are not the strongest and you are not the best is really important, because a lot of the times that type of stuff doesn't really mean anything. It can go to our head, trying to be the best, be the strongest. It will kind of drive you insane. So being humble, knowing that you are not the best, you are not the strongest, you don't know that much. It's good to be humble because growth comes in. It's a lot of growth that comes with being humble. Number 5 is being selfless. This kind of ties in with being humble and being kind. I want to make this clear. Being selfless means really doing things for other people, giving to the world, helping other people. You don't see the main character disregard the homeless person or the person who is in need. He's always there in the scene, trying to help others. He's willing to sacrifice himself for anything. He's willing to sacrifice himself to help other people in order for other people to be happy, to be safe, to be secure. And that's what I'm really trying to get at, is to be selfless. I'm gonna read another quote from the Bible. Luke 6, verse 35. But love your enemies, do good, and lend, hoping for nothing in return, and your reward will be great, and you will be the sons of the Most High, for he is kind to the unthankful and evil. Be kind to anyone. Be loving to everyone. Be careful. The main character really just wants the world to be a better place. He's willing to sacrifice himself in order for others to be okay, for his family, for his friends, for the people he loves. Recognize who are the people you truly care about and do everything for them. Have them as a motivator. Your family, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your best friend, anything. It doesn't matter. Have something that you really care about. And then be selfless. Give to them. Because what you really don't understand is, once you realize that life is really all about giving and serving other people, then that's really all you want to do in life, is just give to the world. The main character is a kind and strong person. I truly believe that. And you can be that. You can be that. You see, it takes time to be selfless, right? We live in a selfish world. Everyone is so selfish. Everyone's out for themselves, which is okay. But that's what we're not going to be. We are not going to be selfless. We're going to give our gifts to the world and help others in order to make the world a better place. Last but not least, number 6 is your presence. You see, the main character, when he walks into a room, people can tell. People can tell he's present in the moment. They can tell that he's full of conviction. He's on a mission. He's on a journey. Some ways to be more present is to be more mindful. Go and meditate. Understand and focus on a point in your body. Focus on the wind. Focus on the conversation you're having. Look into the eyes of other people. Look dead into people's eyes when you talk to them and follow them. It's also by the way that you carry yourself. Do you walk righteously? Do you walk with confidence? Do you look a little nervous? It's these types of things you kind of have to keep in mind. This doesn't just happen overnight though. When you have all your things aligned in order, like your mission, your purpose, your confidence, you're trustworthy, you trust yourself, you can be so confident and people can just feel that. They can feel your presence. The main character has such a big presence. When he walks into the room, when he's on the screen, when you're watching a movie, you want to be him so bad. So you can be the main character. One last tip I'm going to give you in order to be more presence, to increase your presence, is breathing deeply. Down all the way to your balls, down past your belly button. You see, a lot of people, they breathe up in their chest. You have to breathe all the way down past your stomach, all the way down to your balls if you are a man. Breathe deeply with me right now. Not only does it calm you down, when you're more of a calm person, you can be more present. People can feel your calmness. You see, people love the main character because he's someone that they can lean on. It's someone that they can depend on. So when you're out here trying to serve your family, serve your friends, serve the people that you love, being calm, being present, and having a big presence, they can lean on you. They can trust you. They can recognize that you are the man. You are the main character. You are the person that they can lean on. What I don't want you to be, though, is I don't want you to be egotistical. I don't want you to look down upon others because they're side characters, or they act like they're AFK, or they act like they're not even in their own bodies. It's not their fault. Of course, there needs to be side characters in order to be main characters, right? So what are you going to be? Are you going to be a main character, or are you going to be a side character? It's up to you. I hope this little guide has helped you, and start taking the steps towards becoming the main character and make your own story. It all starts with who you want to be. You can change today. I seem to mention this a lot in my videos too. Like, you can change whenever you want. The next day when you wake up, or the next hour, the person who you were before doesn't have to be you anymore. Who you are in the present is what matters. You can always change into it whoever you want. So if you're looking to be more the main character, then follow these steps and let me know how it works out. Before I end the video, don't forget to keep moving forward.